Sahib called Guru Ke Mehal, which translates to the houses of the Guru. This is a special place in history because this place, initially when I came in 10 years ago, there was a board that said the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th Guru would keep their residence here. This was their house. We know for sure it was the house of Guru Arjan Dev Ji and Guru Har Gobind Ji. And what makes it that much more special is this is where the Prakash, the coming, the birth of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji happened. It's a beautiful place, very well constructed. Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So what's beautiful is it also still preserved the place, the basement, the Pora, where Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji came into this world. So we're going down there now. So I'm assuming it was a basement at that place at that certain time where Mata Ji, Mata Nanaki Ji would stay for solitude and peace and worship, where they would be in isolation from everybody else and they could look after their health. And this is the place where Guru Tegh Bahadur ended up coming into this world. So as you can see in there, it's very peaceful. It's a place where even today the community come and they use that space for solitude and isolation and worship. And this was actually where Guru Sahib would stay. So it was from these houses, from these Mehal, where Guru Arjan Dev Ji would travel to Darbar Sahib. It's not a long walk, maximum about 6-7 minute walk maximum. Same Guru Har Gobind Ji, they would travel from these houses to Darbar Sahib, and then after the Darbar or spending the day there, they would come back here for the rest. So this is Guru Ke Mehal is actually a plural, so it's referring to more than one house. So the houses of the Guru. So we see there will be residence here for the females, the wives of Guruji, obviously other workers that stayed here, the maids, the servants. Such a huge structure and organisation Guru Sahib had. And eventually Guru Arjan Dev Ji ended up staying at Darbar Sahib, at Guru Kotha Sahib. They would spend the nights there eventually. But from here, the Guru Har Gobind Ji would travel every day and come back to, this was their houses. But what's so beautiful about Amritsar Sahib even today is a lot of the buildings here are untouched. When we walk through the alleys and we walk through different buildings, you can literally see the old brickwork, the old slim, this Lahori brick as we call it, is literally on every building. It's been plastered over or it's had sport with new bricks, but the old brickwork is still there. If anyone wants to see heritage or see buildings in their old form, the doors that on the houses here are still the historical ones we see at historical places. So if anyone wants to see heritage and history and what things used to look like, Amritsar Sahib and the area especially around Darbar Sahib, there's so many buildings and houses here that still has bare brickwork that you can see the old bricks at. And the old structures are still here, the old doors are still here. There's so much for us to see here in terms of history as well. There's Langar Hall. I remember coming here about 10 years ago, and Kadi Chawal used to be on the menu. We used to come here every day for Kadi Chawal, rice and Kadi, the dal of Kadi. And even today, it's the same menu. So it's brilliant to come back and have that same Langar again after a long time. It's all done by the Sangat here. Don't think it's under SGPC, this Gurdwara. But a beautiful place, definitely come here when you visit the Amritsar Sahib. It's not far from there. Thank you all for listening to the short live stream. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. There even actually used to be an old well here, I remember. Khoo hunda siga, old well. Which I think is that there now. I'm just going to quickly show you that on the live stream before we leave. But and I almost forgot the well. I believe that's it. That's the well there. It's now been covered up. When I came here 10 years ago, so over the years it used to be visible, but now I think they've covered it up. But yeah, that was a historical well. And another thing I want to share about the langar is it's an open room look. So it's efficient. It's so efficient that obviously we have volunteers here that serve the free food, and we have members of the Sikh community and all other communities coming in to eat. But at the same time, we also have like other birds and pigeons that come in to the langar, and they just eat what's left over. So if you've dropped something from your plate, basically, and you've walked off, a pigeon will fly in and eat what you left behind, basically. So the animals are being fed at the same time. Such a beautiful, beautiful place, such a beautiful atmosphere, and it's so great and privileged for me to be able to come here. And the lands where our Guru Sahib would once stay, once live. Such blessed is this land. And just there, if you can look, as an example of what I was talking about, those balconies that we see there are the old type ones. They're not new builds, they're old types. And that kind of construction architecture, you can all see the bare brickwork above those 5 circles, around those 5 circles. That's an old building right there. You can see the bare brickwork, you can see the old architecture, you can see the domes, you can see the balconies. That's all old architecture, that is. And that is box standard, normal to see around the Gurdwara Sahib and Amritsar Sahib when you come and visit here. So for archaeologists and historians and researchers of architecture and history and heritage, there's a big slice of cake for you here. Definitely come and visit. Thank you for listening. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.